Wait, look at the time. 2:58 a.m. in the morning. September 23rd of 2025. I just woke up at 2:30 or so. About quarter after 2:30. And you know what? Amari woke up just not even 10 minutes, 15 minutes ago. 10 minutes ago. He's moving around. Aren't you? You're making noise in there. He's giggling and he's laughing. Yeah. So we're just going to sit here and listen to Amari here for a minute. Well, he's gearing up. 3 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, he's laughing and giggling in there already. Bouncing around on the couch. Flipping himself over. Throwing pillows around. Ain't that so, Amari? Yeah. He'll be up now for, I don't know, a few hours. More than likely, he's not going back to sleep anytime soon. I can tell. Even if I try and lay back down and turn off the lights, because I just woke up, right? Don't forget, I'm working outside now, right? Hard, I'm not fooling around. I'm working fast. I'm just trying to, deal with these guys and deal with the yard and, just give away more money, right? I need to start keeping track. As a matter of fact, I should maybe start working on that. Got a long way to go yet. Yeah. This social worker wants this respite woman to come. The social worker that called them as a quote-unquote support in case she might have other services. The services are limited. Can you hear? I already told that woman. There's nothing that, the few things that she offers is the few things that she's offered. That's quote-unquote why she called you, because you were the one that was supposed to be able to offer quote-unquote more services. Whatever. It's just, I don't know. One big setup is all it is. Nobody's gonna want to take Amari. They don't want to be harassed by fucking social workers. Yeah. So it's all that's gonna be. Yeah, and then when he turns 19 years old, they all drop him like a hot potato. Yeah, I had a social worker tell me that. Yeah, oh yeah. As soon as they turn 19, become adults, right? 19 and over. That's when people don't care as much. Right? Those kids like Amari, they don't got very much going for them. Because they're adults and nobody wants to be burdened. Yeah, burdened. Yeah. So other than that, this is... Can you hear this? That's why I put the camera on. What are you screaming for? Andre's sleeping, shut up. Be quiet. Stop making noise. Stop making noise. Okay. $3:05 in the morning. Yeah. I'm gonna have him in a bedroom by himself looking at a baby monitor. Yeah, okay, I don't think so. Wouldn't work. You'd have to cage him in. At least he's still somewhat free in there. Easy to get to. I can hear. Right? People don't know. So yeah, once these kind of kids turn to be adults, that's when people just stop caring. don't want to be burdened. It becomes even because they're big, right? Other than that, I don't know. So anyway, she wants this woman to come, the one that called on me. I don't know, whatever. I don't care. But I do, actually. I woke up thinking about it, and I don't want her there. I don't want her services. I don't care about respite. There's nothing there that she can offer that I can use at this point. In terms of, I can have somebody come to my house, pay them $150 through, that little section within the government to sit in front of Amari for an hour. You pay them $150, $175 to sit in front of Amari in front of him for an hour to play with him. Yeah. What can I say? This is blue. See, Amari? Blue. Just using that as an example. Physiotherapy. Okay. They just come in and tell you what to do for a month. You get them in maybe 2 times a month at $150 for an hour. Right? I'm not doing that. Wait, think, what am I doing? Farfu. Farfu. I don't know how to do this. I have to keep receipts for myself. I'll never get my money back. So I don't expect to. I don't know how to spell Abdul. Abdul. Because, it starts to add up, right? I'm just saying. So, do you hear him? That's what I want you to hear. Even if I was to go back and lay down right now, he'd just bounce around and still play for an hour. At least, if not more. In the dark. Yeah. Even if you want to go to sleep, it wouldn't matter. Yeah. Because he had his little power nap. He's chatting up a storm in there for himself. He's pretty happy right now. I don't know if we can hear. He's playing. That's what he's doing. He's playing. So, I know his sounds. I can respond to him very quickly. If I need to. Yeah, okay. What kind of noise is that? So anyway, I don't know. I'm choked. My food's being put outside. I got shit outside that doesn't belong outside. Getting ready to be ruined as soon as the rains come. And, It's like I'm the Walking Dead. Maybe that's what I should call this video. I'm the Walking Dead. Yeah. They're doing all this so they can have their little plans, so when I die, they got it all figured out. Okay. As if they care about plans. I don't think so, people. You know what? I think this is a losing battle. In terms of, it doesn't matter if Amari is happy and healthy. Healthy in the fact that he doesn't get sick. He really doesn't, people. Like, 1 or 2 times a year, he'll get a little cold from Malaya me. Or maybe Kyrie. And it lasts for a day or 2. You know, where they're, you know, kids are sick and want to sleep. And that's what I mean by, like, a little cold, right? But other than that, like, you know, like, he bounced around all the time. And he's strong for his situation. And, you know, he uses his critical thinking skills. And he can get sneaky when he wants to. And, you know, if he feels like he's getting... Because, you know, we'll leave the living room and not even 30 seconds, a minute, he's already flipped himself over and he's right going for something. And if he's getting to his little game right now, and he's done this before in the past, you know, you leave the living room or whatever, and not even within less than a minute, he's so you go check on him. And he's positioned himself where he's almost falling off the couch, but not quite. And he wants you to, you know, put him back. So it's like a game, you know? Right? Depending on what he's doing. It's like a game. He's been doing it quite regularly. You know? It's just... Yeah. He doesn't like when these social workers were here. And we left the room, all of us, and Andre followed, and he was in there by himself. He didn't like that. He wanted to be with Andre and I, you know? He likes to be in the mix. He doesn't like to be left behind. He's a little social butterfly, right? You know? And he knows when people are trying to cause trouble and shit for us. He knows it. Or if they're, you know... doing whatever they're, and he doesn't like it with him, right? What they're poking here and doing whatever they do. Some of these people, which accomplishes nothing except sometimes makes things worse. But yeah, no, this is you know, there's it's if they think this house is a problem, oh my God. And then, like I say, as soon as they turn 19 years old, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, people don't want to be bothered. Yeah, these types of kids, they end up getting abandoned. They really do. That's what that social worker, a different social worker that I had a long time ago, she was honest enough to tell me. Government don't give a crap. People in general don't give a crap. You know, oftentimes these kids are just left wherever they're left to wallow. Yeah. And get, you know, that minimum care for the caregiver to get maximum payout. Yeah. Assuming that they, like, in terms of like a institution, you know, they get put in institutions and those kind of things, right? Because, you know, nobody wants to be bothered. Whatever. And then, of course, they don't live long, right? So, yeah, she wants this other woman to come, and the one with the black fingernails. And I'm sitting here at 3:30 in the morning thinking, oh, yeah, just invite the emotional vampire to the meeting. Well, she'll have off services. Yeah, well, her services are limited. Like, you know, don't double speak me. I know, I want to phone her up tomorrow morning and say, no, I don't want that woman there. There's no point. The reason she called you is because she doesn't have enough services. So there you go. So why are you even bringing her into the fray? Right? You're just trying to stir up the pot. That's all. That's all she's trying to do. Pit one against the other. Get everybody mad at, well, probably me, because I'm easy target. I don't know who they're going to be mad at when I'm dead. Oh, I suppose they'll still be mad at me when I'm dead because, you know, it's all Mom's fault that, you know, 10 years ago when she was alive, I'm in this position with these stupid social workers today. Fast forward 10 years after the fact of me being dead, because right now I'm the walking freaking dead. I honestly think I should call this video I'm the Walking Dead. I am the Walking Dead. Treat me like I'm fucking dead here. I'm sorry, boo-boo dead. Yeah, make your little plans for when I'm dead. As if anyone would stick to the plan. Yeah, right. That Christine Miller who destroyed Sierra did what she did with Andre and proceeded to put my family all into suicide mode. Perpetual depression. Do you honestly think she's thinking about Sierra and Andre at this point, after all these years? Hell no. For as much as she tried to do, I suppose, for Andre back in that day, no. The agenda was to scoop up on a blonde little curly kid they could maybe put up for adoption for freaking brownie points and kickbacks. That's exactly what it was about. And keep a mulatto girl out on the streets so she could be pimped, used, and abused until she was booked in for a snuff movie. Yeah. With the other sidekick of the organs being harvested and then funneled through the black market to prop up these buildings. Luxury living. Whatever. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how I can see with these glasses, because nothing works. I told him I can't get to the doctor because I'm too busy dealing with you guys and everything else I got to deal with first. So there you go. I don't get to go to the doctor and get my disability form filled out anytime soon. Because if I'm not doing yard work to cover that base, I'm scrambling around trying to figure out how I can rescue my food that's sitting outside. Yeah, isn't that interesting? Oh, I don't know, people. None of these work anymore. And the few other ones that maybe work, I don't even know where they are. I put them down randomly and sometimes they just get misplaced and I don't find them for a long time. Plus my eyes, they change every day because of straining them for one reason or another. A pair of glasses will work today and then, you know. Oh, well, geez, where are these ones? They're not in there. Ooh. I better find them. They'll work today and then tomorrow they won't work. Nope, because I used them and strained my eyes. And personally, I think there's something wrong with this lens. I always have. But look at that. How the hell did I lose those glasses? How is that even possible? Oh man. Oh man. This is not good. These are those prescription ones that I was using when I was working on the trademark. But then when I put them on again, the next day, after wearing them for hours and hours, doing what I was doing, didn't work very good. And then obviously I took them off and I put them down, and now I don't have them. Maybe these are it. Yeah. They don't work that great either. I did manage to do the trademark though. Told that to that social worker when she called me up yesterday. Oh yeah, I was working on the trademark and got that all secured with the federal government. Working on program development, fighting the good fight for the community. Yeah, okay. Yeah. You think they care? No. You help the community keep their kids. Those social workers don't have jobs to go in there and take them away. That's about it. Or fuck with families in general. Just mess them up. Get them fighting and shit. Pit one against the other. Yeah. Play on people's insecurities and their weaknesses. And their false egos or whatever. Low self-esteems as they try and hide it behind being intelligent because they can open up their mouths. I'm just saying. So I figure when I get to that meeting, I'm just not going to say very much. I'm just going to sit there and let everybody talk. They can talk themselves blue in the face. Because they're not the ones doing the work. If you notice, I'm the one doing the yard work. If you notice, I'm the one that's been doing the yard work. Yeah. Like, quote unquote, the fine touches when it comes to weeding and just that stupid. I just don't come with a weed whacker and weed whack everything and scatter everything around and leave a bunch of cut up vegetation all over the place so it can dry and turn yellow. I actually clean it, dig out the roots. Okay. So Farfu, what have I paid him so far? I need to get the dates down. I'll never get my money back. But so the 20th. September 20th. I gave him $30. Alright. And then the 21st, I gave him another 25. And then we're gonna do, where's Abdul? I wrote it down. Let's see it. Right there. So, Abdul, September 20th, I gave him 10. He only worked a little less than an hour. And it was like he only here for like, he was only like, oh God, half an hour, 40, it was, you gotta watch these guys. But they're working fast and there's two of them, so, okay, so, and then the 21st, no, I'm not getting these days right. It would be the 21st and the 22nd, because yesterday was the 22nd. Yeah, so it's the 21st. And then the 22nd. And then the 22nd. And then I gave him, well, he owed me 10 and I gave him 15. So 15. So another 25 there. And then he owes me 5 yet, because I gave him an extra 5. So he owes me 5. So $35 plus 55. So 40. So $90 plus the 20 that I gave Gabe, which I told James just get it back, just get it from him, and then I'll pay for Winnie's membership dues to see if we can get people to start thinking about that. Good luck, but anyway. So $90, $95. So I've already spent $90. 95 technically, so 30, okay, so 35, 40, 90, 110. So technically I've spent $115 so far. So far. $115 so far. And I got a long way to go yet. Yeah. In terms of what I gotta do outside, where I can relax, and not worry about the next group of gang stalkers coming by and, you know, try and ruin my life. So we're just gonna listen to him. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah. Just play. This is 4 o'clock in the morning. No. I gave him a bottle of Pediasure. I have to order. They're going to get 12 more cases. And then they're going to give me a whole bunch of freaking diapers. I have no place to put it. Because I can't use by my front door to put the drinks there. Or if I put the boxes there with the diapers, it takes me a while to try and put them away, eh? You know what I'm saying? And then they give me 2 big boxes of diaper wipes. It takes a while to put this stuff away. And even then, with what's been going on downstairs, I used to take the drinks downstairs, and I can't. So what, the social workers want me to put Amari's Pediasure drinks out on the porch? Is that it? And his diapers out on the porch? Like, fuck off. This is just stupid, man. And who does that? Comes into your house and tells you to start putting food outside. Yeah. In this economy. And the thing is, I'm sitting around like, they all make good money. I asked my son about that hydro. No, well, you pay half. I said, no. Well, you guys are using more hydro. I said, no. You don't know. Marine's down there sewing, washing, doing this, every day, all day. Washing clothes, washing her fabric, doing whatever. And, she's sewing up a storm down there, and all day, every day. And you're running your freaking, what is that called? Air conditioner. And no, you pay. You pay for it. It's just stupid, man. Stupid. Yeah, and teach with her hubby there, Alex, they make good money. These social workers are making good money. Yeah, people that make good money, they're just whatever. I don't know what the hell they're thinking. Mrs. Gill's got good money. Look at my porch. Look at my stairs. And they don't care. They don't care if my food's out in the fucking garage, and on the porch and under the stairs, with the stairs ready to come crashing down. I don't know, people don't care about that crap. Hell no, they're just all gooning for control. Yeah, it's going to be so hard to sit there and just not say much. I'm just going to watch the fucking Gong Show. I'm going to watch the Gong Show. As, you know, they're going to pick sides. Everybody's going to pick sides. I've been through this with Sierra. You know, with the whole duration. Not just 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, but for the whole freaking thing. Yeah. Yeah, they treat me like I'm the Walking Dead. Yeah, that's what I mean. They just want you dead. You know, these types of people. You know, whether it's your own family members, because they get something from it, one way or another. They're getting something from it. Yeah. Well, when I'm dead, my kids will have a rude awakening. Social workers will be showing up at their door. Well, we came in to do a little spot check just to make sure you aren't acting like your mother. God forbid if you got diapers by the door in a box and your Pediasures with cans of soup and, you know, that kind of stuff, and maybe a bag of flour, you know, and just a few other little miscellaneous things. That's a no-no. You can't do that. No. Shut up already. I don't care. As long as I'm holding down the fort, that's all that matters. At this point, I'm keeping a roof over my grandkids' heads. My son would never see it like that. No, he takes everything completely for granted, 100% for granted. Yeah, he doesn't even want to pay $100 extra towards the hydro bill, for crying out loud. You know, he's stuck on that cheap rent. Yeah, right. Well, be on that cheap rent. Because clearly that's all you want from me. Yeah, it seems to be. Oh, Roz Squad, she changed her name on her channel. Maxing and Relaxing with Rod. Oh wait. Maxing and Relaxing with Squad Reactions. Whatever. I haven't looked at this person's channel for a long time. Yeah, same old BS. So let's just listen to him for a little while, and I was going to end this video. I'm just going to sit here and I'm trying to think what I can hide like a dirty secret in terms of rearranging my food buckets. Because it's not like I can leave my food outside for any length of time. It's certain things, right? I had to bring those buckets back in. Because, you know, I'm sorry, I'm not going to throw out $300 worth of beans, rice, wheat, whatever was in those damn buckets. I said, Andre, they got to come back inside. You know, we put them underneath the steps in the cold room. I thought there was more than that, but there was only 2 down there, so I don't know. I have to rearrange the buckets today. And hide them. Hide the buckets with the other buckets that have food in it, with a large majority of it being organic yet to boot. Yeah. So, but just want you to hear him. It's 10 minutes after 4 a.m. in the morning. So, now you can hear him, right? So, if there comes a sound that sounds like I'd hear it. I'd go check on him. And it could, maybe he puked because he's going into a seizure, right? Because that's probably what would happen if you know, he's making happy sounds, right? and then all of a sudden you'd hear a, right? I'm just using that, right? Using that as an example. Then that would provoke me anyway, provoke Andre, definitely me, to get up and check. And it could be the beginning of a seizure. Or it can get real quiet and you think he's falling asleep. Right? And you're sitting here and you're listening. And you're like, okay, so you played yourself to sleep. You're just probably falling asleep now, right? And you might hear just a slight sound of something. It doesn't even necessarily have to be him. It could be the sound of a toy being rattled, right? Like a little bell or something. You go check on him. You can find him in seizure mode. I've already had that happen to me when I was in my sewing room. Yeah, he was on the couch. This was a few years back. He was playing. Everything was good. I was doing a video. He got real quiet, right? And then I went to go check on him, thinking maybe he fell asleep. He puked and he went into seizure mode, and he did it so quietly. But because I'm up and down, constantly checking, listening, whatever, I caught it really fast. Yeah. If he would have been off somewhere by himself, forget it. You'd never know. You'd never know until you found him, and who knows what would happen with him having seizures unattended. I don't know. I wouldn't know what to think. We've always caught them. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, I said to Andre last night, so when we have this little meeting, everybody's going to be pitting against each other, right? That's just going to be a given. That's what these social workers like to do. This is what this respite one coming in. She's just a, another, I don't know. Like, she's got a lot of audacity. Let me call social services on you, and then, oh no, she's not wanting to come. She doesn't want to come. No. The other social worker's requesting her to be there. Yeah, okay, whatever. Whatever. So she's only there to antagonize in a nice kind of way. It's called being passive aggressive, right? She's going to be very passive, but at the same time aggressive, to disarm and put everybody on, to put everybody on guard. And then everybody's going to have to choose their sides, and we already know how that's going to roll. Right? And, yeah, they're just going to manipulate people's emotions. Oh, there was something I was going to say. I don't know. I forgot already. Oh, yeah. And they're going to talk this, that, and everything else. And since they're using fire access and all this stupid shit, right? As their excuse to keep doing what they're doing, I'm going to say, well, if that's the case, then I guess that means I can't watch my grandkids no more. Not enough space. Right? Oh, that's different. They're only there for a night. Oh, is it different, really? What difference does it make if it's one night in terms of how we, keep Amari close to us? Like, you can hear him, right? Compared to every night, especially when you're dealing with a special needs child that can go into a seizure at any moment. Or whatever. Right? What's the difference? Yeah. Do I have to clear out a room so that Alea May and Kyrie can sleep in it when they come over for a sleepover? Or do we just sleep in the living room like we all do when that day happens? What right do they have to tell you that you can't have your grandkids come over because yada de yada de yada. I'm waiting for that conversation to come up. Yeah. And being that they're watching my videos, more than likely they'll have that base covered when I get there. I wasn't sure if I was going to say something or not. I thought, well, don't say anything on YouTube because, you know, they're probably scoping your videos and taking notes, right? So that when you show up for the meeting, they'll have a good comeback for that. You know, whatever. Whatever. He's going to do this for hours. As long as I stay up, he will do this till about 6, 7 in the morning at least. So he got up, I can't even remember now, what was it, 2:30 or something? As soon as I got up, he was up within 15 minutes, and I got up, I think, at 2:30. Yeah. And he'll go like this, and I gave him a bottle, so he's okay with that. So he's not, you know, he's not gonna be hungry or nothing. And I am, oh my God. So yeah, 6, 7 in the morning, 7:30, he might go back to sleep for a little while. If I was to lay down right now, turn off all the lights, he'd still bounce around, play, holler out in the dark. I'll have to get firm. Amari, stop it. Go back to sleep. Lay him back down, and he'd pop back up. Amari, stop it. Yeah, go to sleep. Go to sleep. All right? And you do that for a good half an hour, 45 minutes. And then maybe he might calm down because he'll take you serious by that time, right? And he'll stop misbehaving. Not that he's misbehaving because he's not, but you know what I'm saying, right? Oftentimes I'd be starting to wash dishes at this point, but I'm really not in the mood for it because, you know, I've been outside on my hands and knees, pulling and lifting and bending and, you know, and I'll probably go back outside again today. I'm like going over every day. Come on, let's go. You go to work, come on. Where is it? You know, gotta go work, gotta get that. You know, the weather is going to break. It's already getting, you know, blah, and, you know, let's get on with it. So I'm kind of trying to save my energy for that. Even though these guys aren't here very long, but I'm going to keep track of this because I need longer hours with them for the amount of money that I'm paying in terms of, you know, yesterday they only worked for like an hour and 15 minutes. I actually gave them a little bit too much money. From my, not for them in their mind, but for me, you know, I only have so much money, but they put in a really good effort, and I like the result, right? So I just thought, just give it to them because, you know, you want them to come back, right? But today, if they come today, I'm going to tell them you can't just work for an hour and a half and go back for dinner. No, you know, you do your 2 hours or your 3 hours or whatever, at least 2 hours. You know, don't take off in an hour and 15 minutes. You know, just, and we'll see what happens. Because, you know, people do that, right? They come in, they work, and then they disappear. And then because the hours stretch out, right? So if they come and, you know, they're on the property, quote unquote, for 3 hours, but they only really work 2 hours because out of that 3 hours they took off, did something else for half an hour, and then came back, and then took off again and came back, you know, 25 minutes later. That's an hour out of those 3 hours that they weren't even around. But they still think that, you know, you should pay them for 3 hours. That's how people play games, eh? So I'm kind of like on that with them, right? Kind of. But I'm just going with the flow. Right? I'm trying not to get mad before I even spend the $500 or whatever I'm going to spend on this stupid yard, as I still have to buy stupid wood. when I had wood, as I'm paying for wood that was stolen from me. Now, what are the social workers going to do about that? Nothing. Nothing. Not a damn thing. Yeah. But if you notice, I'm still holding down the fort. Yeah. Still holding down the fort. Only I'm the walking dead now. Yeah. It's like having a bunch of whispers around you. Where they're, you know, you're that Scrooge on the bed with the ghost of Christmas past. Alright? Christmas future and Christmas present. With those chambermaids thinking you're dead. Alright, I'm pulling down whatever they can grab as they're taking off your clothes to steal them because you're dead. That's kind of what I'm feel like I'm being treated here. Like, yeah. And just because you don't take the food per se in terms of take it with you, like the food outside. Just because the social workers aren't taking the food outside doesn't mean that what they're doing is okay, because ultimately that food shouldn't be outside. But because of them, it is outside. Because I got more food outside, right? Other things outside. I have a box of books there. I can't stay outside. So I'm going to take that box, more than likely, the whole freaking box. I was going to take them next door and just give them the box. Just so they don't get ruined. And any other little things I want to give them, so they don't get ruined after I do whatever the hell it is that I do. Yeah. Stop chewing on that bottle. I can hear you. Stop it. Stop chewing on that nipple. See, I can hear what I know certain sounds, right? I know what he's doing. He's chewing on his nipple from the bottle. Behave yourself. Now I'm ready to go back to sleep, only I don't think I'd fall back asleep. I can feel my body crashing. So, I don't want to lay there and just toss and turn, toss and turn. That's where I'll just lay down and have one of these stories playing in the background, and I go in and out of sleep, in and out of sleep. Amari will usually end up nestling himself, right, and worming his way up where he's kind of like someplace close. And as long as he's not too heavy on me, I deal with it. Otherwise, I keep putting him back, and he keeps coming back, and I keep putting him back, and he keeps coming back. All right. And then he'll settle down, and eventually he'll fall back to sleep. All right. Now, anyway, they treat me like I'm the walking dead. And what do you do with the walking dead? You take them out. So those feelings that I have haven't changed. No. So if I die, we know where to point fingers for all the help, wherever that help is coming in from. Let me help you. Yeah, right. You know, they're not gonna get my son and his wife to stop throwing out my shit. Mm-mm. They'll justify it. Because it's only food now, so who cares about food?